let's take a look at these two guitars. This is kind of fun. The one over here is a D-18 1939 authentic aged. And this guitar over here is a very highly modified 1972 D-18, which is my shop guitar. We've seen lots and lots of this guitar. We've seen this guitar before, and it's just back here for a visit for a comparison with the 37. I just finished another video on that. I decided to cut these two off into their own little video. We're not trying to prove anything here. We're just trying to show you some similarities and how good a modified 70s D-18 can stand up to what I would consider the standard in a modern Martin D-18. This is an aged authentic, to my humble opinion, as good as it gets in a modern Martin. So, this guitar costs twice as much as this one does. So, let's see. What these guitars share in common, the D-18s, they have mahogany back and sides. They both have a 1 11/16 neck. They both have open back tuners on them, because this one's modified, you know. So they've got that. They both got a non-adjustable truss rod. This one is completely constructed with hide glue. The shop guitar, the 72, has got the bridge on and the bridge plate on and the neck on with hide glue, but the body is still the original Type Bond stuff. They have a rear X brace, where the X bracing is about 1.5 inches away from the sound hole. They both have fully scalloped bracing. This one has a popsicle brace. The shop guitar does not have a popsicle brace. This one is ebony fingerboard, ebony bridge. Shop guitar is a rosewood fingerboard and a Brazilian rosewood bridge. But, and the tops, of course, the tops. This is a red spruce top. This is a Sitka spruce top. And let's take a look at the difference here. You should be able to see a color difference here. You know, this one, Adirondack, is always a little bit more yellow. And I think they put a, I'm not positive on this, but I think they put an aging toner on this to make it look a little bit older. It's a little bit browner than the actual real pre-wars are. This Sitka here is, that's it. The aging toner is aged. So that's your natural, that's your natural brown top. I mean, look how close Martin came to this one, This one has a Delmar pickguard. It's the modern version. This is an actual 1930s pickguard on this shop guitar. This one. That's an actual 1930s D-18 pickguard. The customer sent that to me one time and said, "Here, maybe you'll find a use for this." And this guitar needed a pickguard, and I put it on there, and it fit absolutely perfectly. I did not touch it. Dropped it on there. I think it looks great, And it's nice because there it is. It's an actual 1930s pickguard, so I have one for modeling. The whole purpose of this guitar, a shop guitar, is a model. So this is what I can do with 70s D-18s. The purpose of this guitar, which is on loan to me, is that this is as good as it gets right here. That's it. This is the pinnacle. It cannot get better than this. A small builder could maybe make some very small tweaks, but not really. Martin did a great job on this. That's it right there, You're going to hear some differences in the sound because of the Sitka spruce versus the red spruce top, and a little bit because of the ebony fingerboard, the ebony bridge especially, and this one's rosewood. So you got some differences in sound there, that I would not necessarily go changing this one. I actually prefer rosewood. So, but this is it. I mean, this is the epitome of a modern D-18, in my humble opinion. This one shows you how close I can get to that. And remember, that's half the price. This guitar is $5,000, $5,500 on the used market. That one would sell for $27,000, $28,000 with all my modifications to it. It's half the price, for a gigging guitar and that kind of thing. I don't know. It just depends on what money's worth to you. But whatever. All I'm going to do now is I'm just going to play these guitars. I'm going to talk about them a little bit. I'm not even going to do my basic comparison again. We've all heard that a million times. I'm going to play them. Try to play the same song maybe, and then you can listen to that. So let's start out with a little bit of 9-pound hamburger, because that's a good standard comparison sound, okay? About as live as it gets right there. Did the switch a lot smoother than the other one. I noticed this right on both of those tunes when I switched to the shop, and the mid-range and right around in there seems like it's a little hollower sounding. The authentic seems to me more powerful. I think the highs might be better on this. Maybe that's what it is on this guitar. The trebles are just screaming. Seems like the mid-range on this one is a little bit weaker than the mid-range on the authentic. This action is a little bit lower, so this guitar is a little bit more comfortable for me to play. I like this neck just a little bit better. Got a little bit more of a V to it. This guitar feels immediately comfortable with me when I pick it up. It's lighter. I'm surprised. I guess that's the ebony, you know. And that mid-range difference might be the ebony bridge too, because I've said this before about this guitar. When I went to the Brazilian bridge from the Granadillo bridge, I felt like I lost something. I lost some bass and I lost some power. I think the Brazilian bridge is too bright and is too high end. And then I thought the Grenadille bridge was just a super, super nice balanced one. I just did a video with a D-35 that has a Grenadille bridge on it, and I just thought that guitar was superb. I'm going to be a really big fan of Grenadille bridges. I may go back and put another one on this one. I think, I lost something when I went to the Brazilian Rosewood bridge. So I think you might be hearing some differences in the bridge material on that mid-range punch. But this guitar, the sharpen is really good. I like it. It takes, when you come off of that, you hear a difference. But then when you get going on it, you think, well, it's got some game to it. And it's lighter. So, all right. So I'm just giving my impressions real quick, as I played it. That struck me both times when I switched. So let's do one more. Let's go. Let's put a capo on. And see what it sounds like. See what they sound like with a capo. Put my capo back. Here it is. Let's go up here. And let's do... I've got a motocross race on TV. That's what's distracting me. Jack Lawrence may make a perfect season here. Let's do the authentic. Okay. too busy listening to guitar. Yeah, I get to listening to the guitar and I forgot what song I'm playing. I forget where I'm at on it. Let's hear your impressions on this. 70 modified 72 versus what I would consider the state of the art, the epitome. I would expect this 39 to be better. It's got all of the pre-war stuff on it. It's got the Adirondack spruce top. It's got the square T-bar in it. It's got hybrid construction everywhere. It's got an ebony bridge, ebony fingerboard, which is period. I would rather have rosewood. This is it. This is the standard. So how do you think the 72, modified 72 did in comparison to that? Now, this is not 1939. Let's not forget that. I was going to say, this one's only 50 years old and this one's 70. No. This is like I don't know how old this is. 10 years old or something like that. It's still a pretty new guitar, but this is the older guitar. But how do you think that modified 72 stand up against this authentic? So, okay. That's a lot of playing. We'll see you later. I've had a lot of fun doing this. I love playing the guitars and, listening to me. My opinion, I think the authentic is better. It's got more bite. It's got more richness to it. It's just got a little bit more of everything in it. But this 72 is no slouch. And I like the neck on this better. I like the way this guitar plays. I think if I were to put a Grenadier bridge on here, it would cut the difference in half. I really do. I don't think I'm ever going to quite get there because it does have an Indian rosewood fingerboard. And I have to replace that. And it's got a Sitka spruce top. So, it's always going to have some differences. But I think if I was to change the bridge out again to Grenadier, I bet it would cut the difference in half. I like this guitar a lot. This guitar, the 72 for me, is just a friendly, easy to play, good sounding guitar that I have absolutely no complaints except if I compare it to the 39, And if I had both guitars, I'd be happy. I'd love to have one of these 39 to age. But again, as I've said before, I really don't play dreads. None of them will ever be my number one guitar. So it doesn't make a lot of sense for me to have a $5,000 guitar that I really don't need. 72 is just great. And I do have, the D-28 1941 authentic. So if I'm going to have an authentic like that, I'd rather have a D-28 because I'd rather have Madagascar rosewood. I'd rather have that sort of thing. I don't really need another high-end D-18. I think this covers the D-18 bases just really, really well. So, but I love that 39. I like it better than the 37 I played earlier in the previous video, but just to go out. I really do. I like the neck better. I like the feel better. One other thing about my shop guitar, it's got wider spacing. It's got 2 1/4 inch bridge spacing. And when I come back to it and pick it up, I think, it's just that little bit extra room in there that makes it just a little bit more comfortable for me. So, that's another reason why I said this is a friendly, comfortable. I pick it up and I like it, and that's all that matters. I pick it up and I like it. I don't ever think, I pick it up and I go, So, all right, let me know what you think.